I know you're looking at the charts right now and wondering, when will my altcoins take off? Well, before that happens, ask yourself if you have exposure to the right crypto narratives first. Because when altcoin season does hit, you never know which narrative the spotlight might cover first. It could be AI, DeFi, DePIN, GameFi, RWA, or anything else. But I think with all the hype AI and DeFi have been getting, it's important to not forget about some of the top narratives of this bull run. Let me ask you a question. How much do you think the gaming industry is worth right now? Well, the answer is almost $500 billion by the end of 2025. Now, think about how much of that liquidity could flood into a narrative that fuses blockchain and gaming. That's called GameFi, and it's where players actually own their digital assets and can earn real value through gameplay. GameFi might not be making too many headlines in crypto right now, but I think the fundamentals are there, and this narrative may have its time to shine later on in the bull run. But keep in mind, just because I'm talking about a project doesn't mean you should blindly invest in it. None of this is financial advice. Always do your own research and understand the risk before making any investment decisions. Now, looking at how the markets are doing overall, Bitcoin is still sitting comfortably close to its recent all-time high. ETH is coming closer to $4,000, and other coins like BNB are breaking new all-time highs as well. It seems like some of the larger caps are finally starting to see some liquidity trickle down, so I'm interested to see where it goes next. We're also seeing huge Bitcoin buys from Michael Saylor's strategy, with reports saying he picked up around $2.5 billion worth of Bitcoin recently. These buys are a signal of serious institutional interest in crypto, and it's something we're starting to see more and more of recently. With ETF inflows ramping up, many think all that's needed is a strong catalyst like interest rate cuts from the Federal Reserve to open up the liquidity floodgates. But is it really that easy? I mean, we know what happens when liquidity floods back in. We saw the same thing last bull run. Asset prices soared and the stock market and crypto markets hit all-time highs. So if cutting interest rates is the name of the game, then we have both sides pushing pretty hard to have it their way. BlackRock's chief investment officer Rick Rider is joining Trump in their push for lower interest rates. And despite that, the July FOMC left rates unchanged. But according to CBS, economists are predicting a rate cut as early as September. As of now, Jay Powell said, "We have made no decisions about September," but that doesn't really mean much right now. Let's keep an eye on this and see how things change as we get closer to the next FOMC. So what's my move in the meanwhile? Well, I'm going to keep accumulating while things are still under the nose of most retail investors, but it does look like the time is starting to run out. So let's not waste it. Jumping back into the GameFi sector, there have been a few projects that caught my attention lately. One of them is called Beamable, and I like it because it's a mix of GameFi and DePIN. Looking at their website, Beamable is a decentralized tool for game developers. It's designed to simplify the process of building live service games. These are games built to be updated and played over multiple years. Think games like Fortnite or Grand Theft Auto Online. The cool thing about Beamable is that it integrates with major game engines like Unity and Unreal Engine, and it handles the tough back-end processes like server management and infrastructure. That way, developers can focus more on building fun games rather than worrying about complicated tech. Some of Beamable's main features include a live ops portal, software development tools, and cloud hosting. Now, unless you're into programming or game development, that might sound a bit confusing. So here's what it actually means. The Live Ops portal is a web-based dashboard where developers can manage game environment, player data, and push out content updates in real time. For example, if you're building an online RPG and wanted to run a holiday event, you could use Beamable to instantly reward certain players with in-game currency just by clicking on their profile and assigning the rewards. It's all done through the dashboard with no need to rewrite your game's code. Now, before we dive deeper into Beamable's tech, they have some pretty big recent updates I want to cover, mainly around their alpha node sale. Beamable is doing an exclusive sale of 3,000 alpha checker nodes on August 4th. These nodes simply act as validators for the network and let you earn Beamable's BNB token in return. Speaking of which, the token is going to TGE in October of this year, along with the public node sale where more nodes will be made available. If you're interested in grabbing a node through the exclusive sale on the 4th, you can do it by filling out the Google form linked in the description. This will guarantee your entry into the waitlist and even give you a chance to win priority access. Each node is going for $370, and there's a maximum limit of 10 per person. And the best part is, once BNB TGEs, 1% of the token supply will be distributed across the 3,000 alpha node holders. On top of that, Beamable is doing a pretty big airdrop. And basically, the size of the airdrop will depend on how much mindshare Beamable is able to get on crypto Twitter, up to 10 million BNB. That would be 1% of the entire supply. Just check out the airdrop link in the description and connect your Twitter account to see if you qualify. There's also a new airdrop checker that I'll link as well. Now let's talk about some of Beamable's other features, like SDKs, which stands for Software Development Kits. These make it much easier for developers to add new features to their games. Since the SDKs are built to work with game engines like Unity or Unreal, they offer plug-and-play templates for things like leaderboards, chat systems, and other social and gameplay tools. It saves time and lowers their technical barrier for teams working on complex features. Beamable also lets developers use a pretty wide range of features like in-game purchases, time-limited offers, guild systems, tournaments, messaging, and even wallet-based Web3 logins. That brings us into their Web3 functionality, which is where things start to get really interesting. With Beamable, developers can easily add Web3 features like player-owned NFT items or blockchain-based game economies. These tools are built to fit into games without forcing developers to rebuild anything from scratch or learn complicated blockchain tech. On top of that, using Web3 helps with game security, since assets and purchases would be securely stored on-chain. Players can also log in using their favorite Web3 wallets, and ownership of digital items is verifiable and portable. Another pretty cool feature is Beamable's live service marketplace. So this is where developers can browse and add different plugins and tools for their games, kind of like an app store. These include integrations in blockchains like Sui, Cardano, Polygon, and Solana, as well as analytics tools, help data tracking, multiplayer tools, and a lot of other good stuff. As for partnerships, Beamable isn't just name dropping. They're working with serious players in the space. They're part of the Amazon Web Services Partner Network and are collaborating directly with Amazon Game Tech to bring Beamable's tools to AWS developers. They're also partnered with Solana, which is not only an investor in the project, but also has included Beamable in their Solana Games Kit, an official toolkit for developers building on the Solana blockchain. They also have Unreal Engine on the list, having awarded Beamable with an Unreal Mega Grant to support development. And the ecosystem is growing fast as well, with games like FIFA Rivals and Monster Dash hosted on Beamable. So with all these powerful features and impressive partnerships, you might be wondering, what's the market cap of the Beamable token? Well, as I said, the token isn't live just yet. We're gonna have to wait for October for the TGE, but in the meantime, they're keeping people busy with those node sales and airdrop campaigns, which is great. This project is pretty refreshing as it covers the GameFi and Deepin sector, since all we've been hearing about lately is noise from AI and DeFi narratives. And when it comes to building a portfolio, personally, I think it's important to diversify across different narratives and sectors. So if you're serious about getting properly positioned for the next leg of this bull run, then having the right tools at your disposal is key. One of the biggest factors is the exchange you're using, especially if you're trading futures. Personally, I keep Margex in my rotation. It's beginner friendly, packed with all the features you need to time your entries and exits, and it has built-in protectors against price manipulation so you can trade with more confidence. If you want to check it out, I've dropped a link in the description below. Also, even if you're not trading futures yet, it's worth knowing that futures have actually taken over as one of the top forms of trading in crypto over the last several years. And if you're interested in learning about how to take advantage of that, or just want to sharpen your strategy, then come out and hang with us in the FireHustle Discord. There's a growing number of traders in there talking about setups, sharing ideas, and helping each other grow. Futures trading is becoming a bigger focus in the group lately, and even I've picked up some valuable insights from the conversations happening there. You'll find the link down below if you want to join. Now, to wrap things up, it's not all sunshines and rainbows over in the GameFi sector. Let's be real about the risks. On the bullish side, GameFi has a massive audience waiting to be tapped into, and projects like Beamable are making it easier than ever for devs to build fun and monetizable games. But looking at the charts, the GameFi sector has definitely been lagging behind some other big narratives like AI. So the final debate here is on whether or not GameFi will eventually have its time in the altcoin season spotlight. We've seen how quickly GameFi hype can implode. Just look at games like Axie Infinity in the past. Not just that, but many Web3 games still look and feel like knockoff phone games. But on the plus side, we're seeing massive AAA studios start to step in and really help ramp up development for future games. Things like Bloodloop and Nyan Heroes are a clear upgrade from games back in 2021 when we had our last altcoin season. We have publishers like Ubisoft and Epic Games finally adopting Web3 gaming, and as retail interest in crypto takes off, it could definitely get interesting. So what do you think? Is GameFi gonna have its moment, or are you betting on another narrative? Drop your thoughts in the comments and let me know which altcoins you're watching in this sector. And that's all for today. Remember, just because I'm talking about a project doesn't mean you should blindly invest in it. None of this is financial advice. Always do your own research and understand the risk before making any investment decisions. If you're interested in the projects I'm watching closely, then come and join me in the FireHustle VIP Discord. The link is in the description below. And if you want more videos like this, then hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.